good, YouTube? You already know who it is, man. It's JadenTv, and we're back with another video, man. And today, we're doing something special today. We do this every year. It's been doing it for the last 2 years since I've been on YouTube. We're doing an NFL mock draft today. I always do one every year. Let's see. I've been doing one every year, and it's a tradition. So I gotta put out another one today, man. If you guys want to see more stuff like this and more videos like this and more content like this, come like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, man, and join the gang, man. But we're gonna jump right into it with the first pick in the NFL draft, and let's see how this goes. We're gonna jump right into it, man. So the Jacksonville Jaguars had the first pick in the NFL draft, and their team needs, we already know what they need. They need a quarterback. We already know who they're taking. This has been locked for months, and it's the main man, Trevor Lawrence from Clemson. This kid is unbelievable. One of the best draft prospects we have ever seen in years. He's the best prospect quarterback since Andrew Luck. Let's read off a couple of stats. You can see the throws in the background. This kid's unbelievable. He's a national champion. He's only lost 2 games ever in college. He lost in the semifinal game to Ohio State, and he lost to LSU in the championship game. That's one of the best college teams we've seen in a while, that LSU team. But Trevor Lawrence, man, there's nothing really to describe him. He's unbelievable. He has no flaws. 6'6", 220 pounds. His stats from last season, 3,100 yards, 24 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. This kid's unbelievable, man. Really can't say nothing about him. He's the best quarterback in the draft. He's going number 1. This kid's unbelievable, man. Like, there's no missing out on this kid. You would not pass up on this kid. It doesn't matter. I don't care who had the first pick. If it was the fucking Bears, it don't matter who has the first pick. Maybe even the Packers if they had the fucking first pick. Whoever has the first pick, except probably Kansas City, they're taking Trevor Lawrence. You're taking this kid. He's the best quarterback we've seen since Andrew Luck. He's that good. The velocity on the ball is nice. He could throw the ball deep. He's mobile. He could run out the pocket. He's a big, strong, tall kid. He has a great IQ of the game. He could play in the gun. Look at this throw. Oh, my God. Fucking on the money. So the Jets had the second pick in the draft. Their team needs are quarterback, O-line, and corner. There's a lot of other ones. We're not going to talk about it because, yeah, I'm a fan. So let's not talk about it. But with the second pick in the NFL draft, they select Zach Wilson from BYU. Zach Wilson is that man. One of the best quarterbacks in the draft. Not better than Trevor Lawrence at all, but he is that guy. He can move. He's mobile. Oh my God. His throwing power is unbelievable. He can move. He's great in the pocket. He's accurate as a motherfucker. He can crazy throw in the run. That's crazy. I think the only things that really concern me about Zach Wilson is not his height, is the velocity of the ball. Like this, I think it's kind of a little bit. I know you have to lob that, but we can check. You'll see some of these highlights how the speed of the ball is, but he'll get better at it. Not bad. Look at this play. He can run out the pocket. His play style reminds me of Kyle Murray and Rodgers. I'm not saying he's going to be better than any of them, but he plays like him. Like the combined of that, like he runs like Murray and he throws like Rodgers. Like how fast he throws. Like how fast, the motion, the accuracy, like it's crazy. Zach Wilson is definitely the top 2 picks in this draft for locks. And Zach Wilson is going to have a nice fun time in the Big Apple. So the 49ers had the third pick in the NFL draft. They traded up to go get this pick from the Dolphins, and we all expect that they're going to draft a quarterback. I do expect them to draft a quarterback. They have other team needs, but I expect them to get Trey Lance, but they could get Mac Jones. But in my mock draft right now, they get Trey Lance because he brings a little bit more than Mac Jones. He's a better runner. He's more athletic. He might throw the ball better. He's better on the run. He's just a little bit better, I think, in my opinion. Trey Lance, though. Trey Lance, great quarterback. Love how he plays. His throw power is great. I love it. I love how he runs. He's so big and strong. He breaks a lot of tackles to get not a little bit more yards, but a lot of yards on runs. You can see in some of these clips. He throws the ball great. He has great throw power. I think the only thing that brings him down is he's played for North Dakota State, but that could be the same with Zach Wilson. But Zach Wilson played for BYU. But good quarterbacks, doesn't matter where they come from. If they're good, they're good. You've seen Big Ben come from Miami, Ohio. You've seen Joe Flacco play in Division II. Phil Simms played in Division II or Division III, I think. Quarterbacks like that, you've seen play at lower schools that are good. You can see with Patrick Mahomes, he played at Texas Tech. That's not really a low school, but I'm trying to give examples out. But Trey Lance, good quarterback. I think he might be the third or fourth best quarterback in the draft. I don't know. Justin Fields might be better than him because he has that great deep ball accuracy and great throw power. But Trey Lance, probably the best running quarterback in the draft. Like how big and strong he runs. Just look at a couple of these runs, breaking a lot of tackles. Like, oh my God, yeah, look at that. Fucking amazing. Look at this stiff arm after that too. Touchdown. Just like he's so big. He can run. He can make your offense a lot better. You can put a lot of more plays, like a lot of more read options, QB sneaks, stuff like that. And with Mac Jones, you wouldn't be able to do that. So I think the 49ers should take Trey Lance, but they would probably take Mac Jones. But I'm gonna go Trey Lance. So the Falcons have the 4th pick in the draft, and they need defense and a tight end. I would say they should pick defense here because they lost a lot of games because of their defense last year. But, I think if you're the Falcons, you do not pass up on this kid right here, and his name is Kyle Pitts from Florida. I don't think you pass up on this kid. This kid is outstanding. If Trevor Lawrence was not in the draft, he would go number 1. He is the best athlete in the draft. He has the highest percent to be a Hall of Famer in this draft. He could play wide receiver, tight end. He could play the X, Y, and Z receiver. He can block. He's big. He's unbelievable. He's a great route runner. He's big. Do you guys know the ability in Madden called Matchup Nightmare? That's literally what he does to everybody. Matchup Nightmare. That's what he is. No one can guard him. No one in the NFL is going to guard him. No one. No one in the NFL is going to guard him. He's a matchup nightmare for everybody. There's no matching up to him. There's like nothing to him. It's always a matchup nightmare. Just look at that. Who's going to guard him? He runs like a receiver. That big. Like, what can you do to Kyle Pitts? I have nothing else to say about Kyle Pitts. He's unbelievable. Like, come on. Just come on, look at that. What are you going to do? What are you going to do to Kyle Pitts? Please tell me. Because no one's going to guard him. Like, look at this. Come on, one more play. You're watching these clips? Like, come on. Unbelievable. Kyle Pitts at number 4, man. No, if the Falcons pass up and take a defensive player, I would understand, but Kyle Pitts is that damn dude. Okay, now I'm going to do a little bit of rapid fire. With the 5th pick in the draft, I got the Bengals got the 5th pick, and this is going to be obvious right here. They're taking Penei Sewell. They're going to get a lineman to protect Joe Burrow. I don't know why I almost said Drew, but Penei Sewell is one of the best prospect offensive linemen I've ever seen. He's fast, big, he knows how to block. He can play left tackle, guard, right tackle. He can play every position on the line. So wherever the Bengals want to put him, they can put him, and because they do have Jonas Smith, so they could keep Jonas Smith at left or put him at right, and they can do whatever they want with Penei Sewell. But next, I have the Dolphins. The Dolphins have the 6th pick in the draft, and this is pretty obvious. Another one, they're gonna take Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is that dude. He's unbelievable. Best. Oh, let me turn this down a little bit. He's the best wide receiver in the draft. He didn't play last season, but people will forget how good Jamar Chase is. My comparison of him, I don't want to really say Julio, but he he reminds me of some. It's weird because Jamar Chase doesn't really remind me of anybody. He reminds me of Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is just that different of a wide receiver. And he's big. He's athletic. Could jump over you. He's a deep threat. He's fast too. He can catch the deep ball. He's a good route runner. Jamar Chase is just one of them kind of receivers, man, that can do everything in the football field. So yeah, I got him going 6. And number 7, the Lions have the 7th pick, and I have them taking Devontae Smith. And here is why I'm gonna let them take Devontae Smith. They need a wide receiver, obviously. They have the worst wide receiving core in the NFL right now because they let go of Kenny Golladay. Their best receiver is Brashad Perriman. But I don't like Devontae Smith. He's a good receiver. He's a good route runner. His feet are quick. He's fast. He's explosive. He's shifty. His route running's good. I think he just needs to put a couple more pounds on him. Not because he's gonna get thrown around. It would be nice for him to put on 10 pounds. Because he's 6'1", 160, 170. Get to like 185. That's the only thing I'm asking for. Get to like 185. And that's a perfect wide receiver build. You just need to get some weight on you when you get to the NFL. It's not like he's going to be mad so much literally needs to put all this weight on. Just put on 10 pounds. It's not that big of a deal. Just put on 10 pounds. He'll be fine. The Panthers have the 8th pick in the draft, I think. I'm pretty sure. And I think they will take Michael Parsons from Penn State. They need an edge rusher. They need somebody on defense to build this defense because their offense is fine. They got DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, and Christian McCaffrey. Their offense is fine. They need defense. They're going to take Michael Parsons from Penn State. He could play a lot of positions. He could play edge rusher, middle linebacker, DN, maybe D-tackle, but that's a little bit of a stretch. But Michael Parsons, fast, big. He gets a lot of tackles, sacks. He puts a lot of pressures on you. He's going to be fine and make this Panthers defense a really nice defense coming in a couple of years. The Broncos have the 9th pick in the draft, and they need a quarterback and a linebacker, but I know they just traded for Teddy Bridgewater, but I think they're going to take Jeremiah. I don't know how to say the rest of his name. I'm going to try to. Ozi Kamara, the Notre Dame middle linebacker. He's solid. Not solid. He's unbelievable. Look at that hit. That's unbelievable right there. He's if I need to describe who he plays like, I'm sorry, but he plays. If you ever watch Waterboy, he plays like Bobby Boucher. Because he's a hard hitter. He hits you hard. He plays defense. He forces a lot of fumbles. I've seen in his tape. He forces a lot of fumbles. That's crazy amounts. He plays middle linebacker. He can be a coverage. He can blitz you. He can fucking blitz off the edge. He can do a lot of things, man. He's a great middle linebacker. But do not be surprised if they take Justin Fields. But in this mock draft, he will not be going to. Now the Cowboys have the 10th pick of the draft, and they need secondary really bad, and they will be taking secondary with this pick. They will be taking Patrick Surtain from Alabama. Patrick Surtain's a lockdown corner. He's going to lock down this whole one side for Dallas. He's unbelievable at corner. He's really good at knocking down the ball. Doesn't let you catch the ball. If you catch the ball on him, you're going to get probably 5 yards. Probably maybe 5 yards. You're not going to get no yard after catch around this dude. He's just going to lock you down, keep you where you're at. He's going to keep you on an island. He's going to man you up every play. They're not going to put no zone on him. They're going to man him up. They're going to man somebody up with him every fucking play. Nobody tries to throw him the ball. If you throw a ball against him, you're going to be in real trouble with Patrick Surtain at cornerback against you. Right now, we're going to go rapid fire because I don't feel like doing all the extra shit. And I have only a couple hours to put this out until the draft starts. So, with the Giants pick, they're going to take Jalen Waddle. They need another receiver. They need another playmaker. Jalen Waddle is probably one of the fastest receivers in the draft. They need a fast guy to pair up with that offense. But let's hope Daniel Jones actually doesn't throw a lot of interceptions and makes a fucking pass. With the Eagles, this was a weird spot because let me put this space out so it doesn't look retarded. That gave me shit. But it's a weird spot because they need a receiver, and there's no trades in this. So I'm going to say they take offensive lineman just for safety and let them take offensive lineman. Rashad Slater, not a bad player at all. He's a great tackle, but they need a receiver bad. The Chargers, they definitely need an offensive tackle. Don't be surprised if the Eagles pick somebody else. They'll take Rashad Slater. Don't be surprised with that. But I think the Chargers will take an offensive lineman. But I'm going to say they take Vera Tucker from UC. Oh, my God. USC. There we go. Oh, my God. I can't speak right now. I'm trying to fucking do all this shit. The Vikings with the 14th pick. I'm going to say they take a lineman or your interior lineman, but I'm going to say they take a tackle because this dude could play guard as well. Christian Durashaw from Virginia Tech. He's really good as well. The Patriots. I'm going to say the Patriots take Mac Jones. I don't know what else they can do here. Probably take somebody on defense, but I'm going to say they take a quarterback to put behind Cam Newton. Mac Jones. He fits their offense really well. He reminds, like, they're going to try to find somebody. They need a quarterback. Just say that. We're just going to say they need a quarterback. They're going to take Mac Jones from Alabama. He's there. J.C. Horn, he's a cornerback. I don't know why I didn't do this. He's a cornerback, and I think he plays for, I forgot. I can see the college on the top of my head. I don't know why I can't think of it. I think it's South Carolina, and yes, it is South Carolina. South Carolina, let me just put South Carolina. Let's put South Carolina right here. There you go. JC Jackson, let me make sure I'm recording. Okay, there you go. All right, JC Horn. JC Horn's a great corner. He's that's Joe Horn is his dad. Really good corner from South Carolina. Really good corner. The Cardinals could go either way with their pick because their pick is weird as well. Because they could go get corner. They could go get somebody else on defense. They could go get a lineman. They could do a lot of things here, man. But I'm going to say they take J.C. Horn at corner. The Raiders are weird as well. They could take anybody. I'm going to say they take the defensive tackle from Bama, Chris Barmore. He's a great defensive tackle, great run stopper, really good. The Dolphins, I'm going to say they take an edge rusher here, but they could take an offensive lineman as well. Or maybe a running back, but I think they're a little bit too early for a running back. Maybe trade back, but there's no trades in this. So they're going to take Kiwi Page. I'm going to just stick with what I said. He's the edge rusher from Michigan. He's really good, solid, fast. Gets to the quarterback, really fast, really good. He has a good power move, finesse move. He's really good. Washington, they're a weird pick as well. They could take a defense. I was going to say they took the middle linebacker from Notre Dame. I said earlier that went to the Broncos, but I'm going to stick what I want. I'm going to stick to what I think might happen. They're going to take Elijah Moore from Ole Miss. Really fast, really explosive. They just need another. I think they could use another great receiver because they have Terry McLaurin and they have a couple solid wide receivers. They have They have Curtis Samuel too, but I still think they will take this wide receiver to have 3 great wide receivers when they have Ryan Fitzpatrick. Don't be surprised if they take a quarterback here. If a quarterback falls back to them, but yeah, I see Washington going to get Elijah Moore. So the Bears have the 20 pick in the draft, and I think they will take Justin Fields if he's on the board. I would not be surprised if Justin Fields is not on the board, but in my mock draft he is, so I'm going to say he is on the board. He has a great deep ball. He's really solid. I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots take Justin Fields as well with this, but I just think I would probably take Mac Jones. I want to do something different, try to bring a couple players back. But this doesn't mean he will go higher or lower. Just saying that's where he was on my mock draft. Justin Fields has the best deep ball in the draft. His accuracy on the deep ball is really good, really solid. He can run out the pocket. He has good throw power. He can move really good. He's really big, strong. I think the only thing that's considered about him is if he can run a pro-style offense. He played for Ohio State. They don't run Ohio State quarterbacks. Not that good. So they really are not that good. Look at Terrell Pryor. Look at Carl Jones. Look at Braxton Miller. Look at who's the other kid's name? Can't think of his name at the second, but if I seen him, I would know who it is. And players like that, like you don't really see good Ohio State quarterbacks at all. So I think that's the only thing that puts them down. Like that's a lot of players. Like Like Mac Jones, I don't know how he's up in the draft. Just because they seen Tua go high, just because they think Mac's going to. Alabama quarterbacks are not that good either. Recently, the only quarterback that's been good from Alabama is Joe Namath, and he has a Super Bowl, so you can't say nothing about that. But Justin Fields, great quarterback, not bad at all. But I don't know why he's dropping on boards, and I think he will go to the Browns if he drops this far. So we're going to finish it off just by telling you who else I have for the rest of the draft, because I'm trying to get this out as quickly as possible. You see what time it is. It's 6:59, and you see you can tell that it's the day of the draft. And I'm trying to finish this as soon as possible. So I'm going to try to get this out before 8 o'clock so people don't think I'm predicting stuff if I do get a couple picks right. So the Colts, they're going to take the edge rusher from Miami, Phillips. I really like him. Fast, solid, nice edge rusher. Gets off the line very well. Really fast, gets off the line. Like I said, great edge rusher. Titans, they got the 22nd pick. They're going to take Rashad Bateman. They just lost Corey Davis. I think they got to pick him up and put him in there to be on the side of A.J. Brown, and they don't want to be left alone just not having a wide receiver. But I wouldn't be surprised if they take somebody on defense here. Same with the Colts pick. I wouldn't be surprised if they take somebody else, but I think they should take an edge rusher, if anybody. The Jets, I think they're gonna take Telvin Jenkins. I think they should take Telvin Jenkins, but I wouldn't be surprised if they take the running back from Clemson, Travis. I don't know how to say his last name very well, so I'm not gonna say nothing on how to say it. So I know how to I'll probably figure out how to say it sooner or later, but I don't really it's like when you look at it, it's weird. I'm just gonna call him T. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't pick up T because he's nice. But I think the Jets need to take offensive line here. The Steelers, they're going to take Samuel Cool for Texas, the offensive tackle. Really solid. They need a tackle. I think that's because their offensive linemen are getting kind of old, and I think they need to pick up linemen to just keep the offensive line refresh. The Jags, they need to get the offensive linemen to protect Trevor Lawrence. They're going to take Walker Little from Stanford. Really nice tackle. Really solid. Not a bad tackle at all. The Browns are going to take an edge rusher. I think it's really hard for me to pick for the Browns because the Browns used to be hard. They're always hard to mock draft because they used to be ass, and they had a lot of holes. But now it's hard the mock draft for them because they're really good. And I don't know what positions to pick, but I'm going to say they take an edge rusher here and Jason O'Cool from Penn State because he's really solid. He was on the other side of Michael Parsons. They both were really good at Penn State, really solidified them on defense and really helped them do stuff on defense. Sorry about the notifications as well. I'm just getting a lot of notifications right now. But for the Ravens pick, I think they need a wide receiver really bad. They never draft receivers. They got drafted wide receiver right here. But one of their two first-round picks, I think they're going to take right here Terrence Marshall Jr. from LSU. Really solid wide receiver. Really solid. He's tall, fast. He's lengthy. Really solid. The Saints... their pick is really weird too because I don't know who they can take, but I think they should take a corner because the only corner they have is Marshawn Lattimore, and I think they're gonna take Caleb Farley. And the other corner I had on my list was Greg Newsome. He can go high as well, but I think they will take Caleb Farley. Just because they're not scared of his injury prones and stuff like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if he does get picked up. I wouldn't be surprised if Greg Newsome goes in the first round. But I just try to fill out what team has the most needs. And I put a lot of linemen in here because a lot of teams need a lineman. But, hey, mock drafts are not perfect. My opinion, I think that's who they should take at that pick. But the Packers... no debate. They need to get another receiver, man. Go get this fast man, Ronaldo Moore from Purdue. He's really, really fast. Like, oh my God, unbelievably fast. That's the only thing you gotta know about him. Unbelievably fast. The Bills, they could go anywhere with their pick. They gotta build their They could get a couple. They could get a couple linemen. Maybe get a couple players on defense. But I think they should take a running back. That's their weakest position because. In the playoffs, if you can't run the ball, you're not going to win. Look at the Bucs. They were running the ball a lot. They won. Look at the Chiefs. They can't run the ball. They couldn't run the ball. They lost. See what I mean? Bucks ran a lot of football, pounded it, and just kept pounding it and playing on defense. That's how you're gonna win. That's how you're gonna win the playoffs, by running the ball and solidifying the run game. If you can't solidify the run game, you're going to lose. And that's why I think the Browns lost as well, because they didn't solidify the run game, and they wasn't doing that at all, because they was trying to do all this other stuff, and then they just focused on passing and stuff. So I think if you want to win, I think if the Bills want to go far in the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl, they got to solidify the run game and get a running back, because Devin Singletary is not that dude. Travis E.T. is that dude, but he might go to the Jets. He might go somewhere in the second round. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills pick him here. But that's what I'm going to go with. The Ravens need an offensive tackle because they just got rid of Orlando Brown. They're going to pick Dylan Rash. They're going to pick the offensive tackle from North Dakota State. And Dylan, he's really solid. I like him. This is the second North Dakota State player I have in the mock draft. But with the last pick of the draft, this is my sleeper pick, because this dude, a couple months ago, was top 10, and I'd have no idea what happened. He's falling down on draft boards really bad. I don't know why, but my boy Gregory Rousey, the edge rusher from Miami, is really fucking good. He's that good. And if the Bucks get him, I don't know, man. They're probably going to win it again, because their defensive line is getting old, and I think they're going to have to start replacing their offensive line. And I think they're going to have to get an edge rusher here or something. Or they're going to have to just get backups to replace their old vets and stuff like that. Because their middle linebackers are fine. They got Levante David, Devin White. Their secondary's good. They're young. They got Sean Murphy. They got Carl Davis. They got I think they got James Dean. They got Antonio Winfield. They got somebody else. I can't remember his name. Their safety. I can't remember their other safety. Man, fuck, man. I know his name, but I can't think of it. But he will fit really good in their offense and really good on the edge, because they blitz a lot. Todd Bowles, probably the best defensive coordinator in the NFL. Really good. Well, he is probably the best defensive coordinator now, because Robert Saleh is the Jets coach. But, yeah, that is going to be it, man. That's my mock draft. I'm going to try to get this out as soon as possible. Try to get this out before the draft. But if you guys like this video, leave a comment and subscribe for more if you guys want more content like this. Keep showing the support. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.